Humanity, says Bolsonaro. It's Brazil's. Some foreign countries act like interfering colonialists, he complained. These days, Bolsonaro is striking a more moderate note. He sent a letter to President Biden ahead of tomorrow's summit. It says he's eager to cooperate and willing to recommit Brazil to a deforestation target. Does he mean it? Bolsonaro is under intense pressure from Brazilian business and political forces to change tack. They believe the spike in deforestation in the Amazon on his watch, coupled with his disastrous pandemic response, is badly damaging Brazil's international standing.
The credibility of the country and the soft power that Brazil had in the past is vanishing.
Rubens Barbosa is a former Brazilian ambassador to Washington.
We have lost the leadership position that we had.
Brazilian government officials reportedly say Bolsonaro really is committed to a more positive role in preserving the rainforest. They've been in talks with the US about a possible deal. That worries activists working to protect the forest. They've posted an online message to Biden.
We know the White House is making a secret climate deal with Bolsonaro. We, Brazilians, must warn you. Do not trust Bolsonaro. Do not let this man negotiate the future of the Amazon.
Environmental groups point to Bolsonaro's record. Last year, the Brazilian Amazon lost an area 14 times the size of New York City to deforestation. That's the most in 12 years. This is partly because Bolsonaro has weakened government environmental agencies combating illegal mining and logging. Brazil's most prominent indigenous leader, Cacique Raione, who's about 90, has also made a pre-summit video for Biden. Raione talks about the Brazilian president encouraging the theft of indigenous land. Don't listen to Bolsonaro, he says. Celebrities, academics and activists inside and outside of Brazil echo that message. Many say if there is any deal making over the rainforest, civil society and other stakeholders in Brazil must take part. Yet after 4 years of Donald Trump, President Biden's summit is seen by many as an important step forward. Marcelo Brito is from the Brazilian Coalition on Climate, Forests and Agriculture.
I think the environmentalist is back to the business again, is back to the table. So it's a new starting point.
The Biden summit's highlighting the need to stop deforestation, says Adriana Ramos, coordinator of Brazil's Socio-Environmental Institute.
Whenever you have the president of one of the most powerful countries in the world saying this is real, this is a problem, and everybody must face this, it's something that makes a huge difference.
For the Amazon rainforest, that can only be a good thing. Philip Reeves, NPR News, Rio de Janeiro.
Support for HPR comes from the Honolulu Museum of Art, welcoming the community to enjoy the new museum-wide exhibition, Joyful Return, on Friday and Saturday evenings until 9 p.m. Admission tickets at honolulumuseum.org. Good afternoon. It is 5:18 in the islands. All things considered, HPR at large. In Thailand, health officials investigating 6 women who got stroke-like symptoms immediately following vaccination with China's Sinovac COVID-19 vaccine shot. The country should continue with its vaccination drives and the issue of temporary and treatable, said a member of Thailand's committee that's investigating the cases. The 6 health workers were vaccinated earlier this month. They had a reaction 5 to 30 minutes after getting their shot, the health official said at a news conference today. More than 300,000 doses from the same lot have been given to others nationwide in Thailand, and there were no other reports of stroke-like symptoms. According to officials, reactions did include dizziness, weakness in limbs, facial paralysis, sleepiness. The Thai case is nothing like the rare blood clots linked to the AstraZeneca Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which occurred days to It is HPR, member-supported, Hawaii Public Radio. Support for All Things Considered comes from American Savings Bank, dedicated to helping local small businesses grow. ASBHawaii.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from Indeed, with tools like skills tests designed to help quality candidates show hiring managers what they can do. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit. From Waystar, offering healthcare payment technology designed to streamline the revenue cycle and improve the financial experience for patients, so healthcare providers can focus on what matters most. More at Waystar.com. And from the listeners who support this NPR station.
This is All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Ari Shapiro.
And Mary Louise Kelly. Is it time to stop wearing masks outside? Now, this is a provocative question for a lot of us, but as more people are vaccinated, as we learn more and more about how the virus actually spreads, it's also a fair question to ask, what does the science tell us about what is A, safe, B, respectful of people around us, and C, starts to get us back to something that feels like normal life? We have brought in Dr. Ashish Jha, Dean of Brown University School of Public Health, to take on this one. Dr. Jha, welcome back to All Things Considered.
Thanks for having me back.
So I opened by referencing
Somebody